Has anyone ever come into your barber shop, sat in your chair, and started telling you their life story? Suddenly the atmosphere in the shop starts to drop a little. As it unfolds, the story starts to get sadder and sadder and sadder. Suddenly you're listening to someone spill out their heart in your chair. Have you ever had that with a customer? And then when they've gone, you sat there and thought, oh no, what's going to happen to them? Are they okay? Will they, should I go after them? Should I give them my number? What should I do? And they've walked away and they probably feel a little bit better because they've shared their problem. And a problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. In the long term, though, the likelihood is you'll never actually know what happens to them. Maybe things work out for them and it's okay. But then again, maybe they don't. This could then easily play on your mind. So, how do you then deal with such a situation? It's a good question, and maybe you've got your own coping mechanism. But maybe you sometimes feel overwhelmed by it all. So this video is going to teach you how to handle such a situation a little bit better. It will hopefully give you some simple techniques that will help you to be still a good listener, care for your customers, but then able to let go and look after your own well-being at the end of the day. Before we do that though, let me introduce myself. My name's Paul and I'm the guy sitting in the chair having my hair cut. Fortunately, I didn't have too many problems that day and I didn't dump them on Tony, I didn't share them. In fact, we just chatted about how to make videos about barbering. It's quite good fun. I practice something called mindfulness. It's a technique that helps you live in the present moment and develops well-being. The best way to learn it is, of course, to do it yourself. So now we're going to go through a practical example. Let's say then that the customer who's been having a difficult time has just left and you've moved on to the next customer. However, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling worried about what's just been told to you. So we'll start then by helping those emotions to calm down a bit. First of all, place your attention on what it is you're doing right now. That is cutting the new customer's hair. Just feel what your hands are doing. Feel the comb in your hands. Feel the scissors in your hands. Just the simple texture of them. Maybe you've now moved on to a hair wash. Again, apply the same principles. Pay attention to putting the towel around your customer's neck. The feel of the towel, the texture of the towel. Don't analyse it, just feel it and be aware. Perhaps you can still feel those anxious, worried emotions welling up in you. That's okay, just feel them and be aware of them too. And then bring your attention back to your current customer. As you're washing their hair, pay attention again to the feel of the water, the temperature, the feel of the hair in your hands. the feel of the shampoo against your customer's head. Just try to forget everything else and simply place your attention on what it is you're doing right in that moment. If your mind does wander, perhaps it goes back to the previous customer, you start to think about it. Well, that's what the mind does. Just notice that it's done this. And then gently bring it back to your current customer. Again, place your attention on what your hands are doing. Feeling the customer's head, rubbing the shampoo in, paying simple attention to whatever it is you're doing in that present moment. As in the video, it is now washing the shampoo out of the customer's hair. Just feel the temperature of the water. Feel the shower head in your hand. Again, just paying simple attention to these textures, these physical sensations. Try not to analyze them in any way. Instead, just feel them. Just place your attention on what it is you're doing right now. For example, drying off your customer's head. Fortunately, he can't talk back to you at this moment, and it's a great opportunity to practice mindfulness. Feel the towel, feel what it is you were doing. Maybe you've moved on now to a head massage. And again, it's another really good opportunity to practice a few simple techniques that will help you let the last customer go and concentrate on this customer. Again, concentrate on your hands and what they are doing. You can feel them rubbing against your customer's head. You can feel the texture of his head. Maybe it feels quite hard, quite rough. Maybe it feels soft. Just pay attention to how it is. Keep doing the job properly, of course, but instead of thinking about the last customer and chewing that over in your mind while kind of half-heartedly doing a massage, just forget about that. Bring your attention to the current customer. Really feel your hands rubbing through his head, massaging his scalp, giving him your full attention. However, I know what the mind is like, and if it really is chewing over and over and over again about the last customer, just notice it for a few moments. Notice that's where your thoughts are. Say that's okay to yourself. Then bring your attention back to your current customer and what it is you're doing. Again, place your attention on your hands and the movements you are making. Perhaps you can feel the movements elsewhere. Maybe it's in your shoulders and your upper arm. If that's what you seem to notice, that's okay. Place your attention there. The main thing is being in the present moment and making the effort to do so. There are many techniques to do this as well. The ones we've been focusing on so far are the physical movements that you're making while serving your customer. Another aspect you can concentrate on is your own standing posture. Perhaps you can feel your feet against the floor. Maybe you can feel some pains in the back of your legs because you've been standing all day. Again, these are perfectly reasonable, perfectly good things to concentrate your mind on, to help it come into the present moment. So try that. Try just concentrate a little on the standing posture. Perhaps it will flick a bit between the standing posture and what it is you're doing with your hands. That's okay, just have an overall awareness of your body and how it is right now. It might be the case that as you are doing this, you suddenly feel yourself relax a little. Maybe the customer you're currently massaging relaxes as well because he's having a nice massage. And you both start to feel a little bit more calmer. There's a good sign. Some of the tension that was caused by the last customer is dropping away. And you can pay attention to that too. Pay attention to the body feeling a little bit more at ease. Maintain your mindfulness though. Keep placing your attention on the present moment. But don't do it in a way that is strained, that is, I must concentrate on the present moment. I must do what this video is telling me. Don't do it like that. Just a gentle, continuous awareness of what it is you're doing right now. And if your mind does wander back, go back to say the last customer or even something going on at home, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about such a thing. It's normal. You can even say to yourself, okay, that's fine. Then let the thought go and come back again to what you're doing. If it's shaving the back of your customer's head with a razor blade, then sure, you'll need to concentrate. But even if it's handling something a little less dangerous, like a hairdryer, still apply that same concentration, that same awareness of the present moment. You can feel the weight of the hairdryer in your hand, and then you can feel the air blowing against your other hand as you're combing your customer's hair. Again, these are just simple things to place your awareness on. But by placing your awareness on such simple things like the weight of a hairdryer or the air blowing out of it, it's taking your attention away from the worries of the last customer and bringing it into the present moment. Okay, we've almost finished now, but before we do, let's take a look at a few more mindfulness techniques that you might find useful. Here's one, the feel of something in the palm of your hand. Maybe it feels a little cool to the touch, and as you rub it starts to warm up. That is the mindfulness of temperature and something you can pay attention to. Okay, let's go back to the customer again. As you're rubbing the wax into their hair, again, just feel what your hands are doing. Pay attention to the texture of the hair, the type of hair they might have. Mine is quite short, but when it gets long, it goes very, very curly and thick. Maybe some customers have thin hair. I was going to say maybe some customers have no hair, but then they wouldn't be in a barber's then, would they? But again, it's just paying attention to all the different textures and the different feels you come across while you are cutting your customer's hair or washing it or applying wax to it. Whatever it is, just paying attention. I hope this video has been useful to you and you've learned some principles of mindfulness that you can use in your daily work to help you let go of the problems that you've kindly taken on by listening to your customers. Before we finish though, let's just take a look at the mindfulness of tidying up because it's a really good time to practice it. Pay attention to moving the different bottles and tubs of wax to the shelves. Then place your attention on the texture and the feel of the towel and on the movements you make while wiping down the surfaces, bringing your mind back into the present moment as you let the last customer go again. For more information on how to practice and develop mindfulness, you can visit my website www.establishmindfulness.com.